Mr. Rourke and Mr. Amato, while pipeline incidents are infrequent, operators must have plans in place to coordinate with emergency responders when we do see these incidents happen. What are pipeline operators doing to coordinate with our first responders to ensure rapid responses to the incidents, particularly as it relates to pipeline location? And it's very, very important to have that substance identification as well. So what do we see happening there?
So if I may, pipeline companies are required by law to have oil spill response plans that then have to get approved by both federal and state regulators. The key here is to engage with the emergency response community early and often. And we certainly encourage companies prior to an incident ever occurring, even if one never occurs, to engage with their emergency responders so that they know where the facilities are, what the products are, what the risks are, and they can effectively manage it. We certainly stress that if the first time you're meeting the emergency responders is during the incident, then you're already woefully behind. We have created a recommended practice, RP 1174, that specifically focuses on emergency response procedures for pipeline companies. And so that's another avenue that companies can explore to ensure that they have robust emergency response programs.
I agree. It is especially important for our emergency responders, our firefighters, when they are responding to an incident, they have to know for their own safety what substance is in that pipeline.
Completely agree.
Okay. Mr. Amato, did you have something to add?
Yes, I would add. We also do have prescriptive regulations that lay out a framework of what we have to do for training, and we also share the same feeling and have the same comments that the first time we see an emergency responder should not be at an incident. And we actually encourage our members to go a step further, not just go out and do the required meetings where we talk about what our product is. We meet with other companies that are in the area to try to get a common message. We try to educate them on the National Pipeline Mapping System, where they can get actually a way to drill down in more detail, much more detail than the general public, and actually see what is there. And we've been talking to some of them about how they can tie that into their GIS. Another key thing that I wanted to mention is it's not just the emergency responders, the fire, police, the ones that are on the scene. We also work very closely with the 911 operators and make sure that they're aware of what we're doing, and if they get a call, to not assume that we know, to make sure that they contact us. So there should be a two-way dialogue utilizing incident command structure.
Thank you. Administrator Elliott, what's PHMSA doing to ensure operators have that comprehensive emergency plan, and do you have anything in place to deal with emergency responders, or is that left up to private or individual companies to handle?
Right. Well, Madam Chairman, our role is to review the oil spill response plans that are submitted by the operators. And we do regularly participate. Members of our staff go out to drills and exercises to ensure that they are taking into consideration a lot of the issues that are unique to oil and gas spills. I would like to say, however, I mean, this goes back to my 40 years in the railroad industry, that I've been a long-time proponent of the absolute need for real-time emergency response information to emergency responders. And at PHMSA, we're looking and trying to better understand how we can, much like we did in the rail industry, now do that in the pipeline industry as well.
Thank you very much.